tea. Let's do it. This is the tea cupboard. This is all things tea related. Or I guess hot drink related. There's blatantly hot chocolate right there. Let's make some tea. Tea. These are the items you want to make tea. A kettle. Please, for the love of all things good in this world, do not put your water in a cup and microwave it. That is insulting to the tea that you use. Use an electric kettle or a stovetop kettle or a pot on the stove. Boil the water. Don't heat the water. Boil the water. It makes a difference, like you'd be surprised. Kettle, teapot, tea cozy to keep your tea hot. A cup to drink your tea out of. Tea, whether it be loose leaf or bagged. If it is loose, something to put it in. You don't just want to put loose tea in your pot, because then you're drinking that. I mean, maybe people do that. If you're drinking it loose, you need a scoop to put it in the implement. And this is to put spoons and tea bags on so they don't make drips on the counter. I chose a caffeinated tea today for reasons. Today's tea is the Darvels of Windsor's Royalty Blend. A very fine blend of quality teas, including Assam, the Prince of Indian teas, rich, malty, and full of flavor. This is from England and is said to be the Queen's favorite tea. I'm running low, which is sad. I'm using an electric kettle. Put water in it. That'll be enough. Turn it on. An important and perhaps lesser known step is to warm your pot, which just means putting hot water from the tap into it so that the pot itself can get warm and will keep your tea warm when you put the boiling water in it, because otherwise the cold pot will start cooling everything down and your tea might be kind of lukewarm by the time it's done steeping. Don't hold your teapot by the spout. That's a bad idea. Alright, and now our teapot warms while our water boils. In the meantime, if you were using a loose leaf tea, you can put it in a bag. Ollie agrees. Don't you, Ollie? Some people say that you want to put a bag in the pot for every person drinking and then another for the teapot. Personally, I'm not a big fan of super strong tea, especially black tea. I don't like when it gets bitter. And so I don't put that much tea in, and I don't steep it for very long. Most teas do have a recommended steeping time, and with herbals, I don't find it makes a huge difference. I use it as a bare minimum, but I rarely actually take the tea bag out. With black teas, the longer you leave it in, the more bitter it's gonna get, and the stronger your tea will be. So if you like strong tea, leave it in. If you don't, take it out earlier. This one, I usually do like 5 to 8 minutes. I think we're gonna do 6, just for kicks. See how it goes. I'm gonna add some sugar to my cup right off the hop. I do a barely full teaspoon. Oliver is on my shoulder. Woo! Can you see him? He's shoved himself up against my face and it's purring. I love it when he does this, but it's a little bit of an awkward time at the moment. Cat, 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 cat. Look, Mom, no hands! Did I need a caffeinated tea today? What do you think, Alice? What do you think of the tea situation? What do we think? Yeah? Sound good? Our water is just about boiled, so we're gonna pour out this. Excuse my sink full of dishes, by the way. Tea bag in pot. Perfect timing. Just boiled. Add water. And cozy teapot. Set a timer for 6 minutes. Eat breakfast in that 6 minutes. Steeping thoughts. If you don't have a tea cozy, I would recommend perhaps wrapping your teapot in a tea towel or something, simply just to keep the warmth in so that your tea doesn't get cold, because I think it won't steep as strong if the water gets cold. So that's the goal with this. Also, if you don't have a teapot, not everyone does, you can make tea straight in a mug. It's not the ideal situation, but it's doable. Again, would recommend covering it to try and keep as much steam as possible in. My mom found me this nifty little thing that goes on top of a tea mug, and then the steam kind of suctions it on, and you put your spoon on top to keep it weighted, and it just kind of helps it steep a little all together better. So you could look for one of these, probably cheaper than a teapot, and then you can make tea. But steeping is an important part of the process as opposed to just drinking your tea with the tea bag straight in your cup. What excellent timing. Our buzzer has gone, which means we can remove our tea cozy and pour our tea. We'll make a nice, hot, strong cup of tea. Righto, righto. Tea cozy back on to keep the second cup warm, and some milk. Sometimes I add milk ahead of time, sometimes I add it after. I think there's a debate about which the right way is, but I don't really care all that much. And then you just add milk until it is your preferred color. One more sploot should do it. How delightful. Final step, enjoy your breakfast. I see him.